good evening, and Vasavi. So, welcome to my house. Because this is where I live, okay? So, we're going to talk about the veil for Wicca 101. Yeah, this time talk about something fast approaching, and it's currently happening right now, as early as late September, the thinning of the veil. The veil is actually the separation of the two worlds between the living and the afterlife. Recently, I've been experiencing a lot of things. Hey, Janice, I've been experiencing a lot of weird things going on in my building, per se, and so far, that's what I want to talk about. The veil is technically thinning as early as late September. For me, it started September 25, I think. That was it. And it was really out of this world because even in the elevators, I know I rode the elevator alone, but but then again, as soon as the elevator door shuts, uh, there's like somebody watching me somewhere. I, I'm not really sure if it's a male or a female because I didn't really look because I know there's something behind me or someone is behind me. So yeah, it's that early. And then several days ago, I was walking down the corridors, and every time I pass through that area where the elevator is, this is the elevator right in front of the elevator. Every time I go there, and there's something is making me burp. I just keep belching, and I thought it was dyspepsia, but it was not because as soon as I left the area where the elevator is, it stops, and then when I go into my flat in my unit, it stops. But every time I'm in the corridors, right in front of the elevator, if I'm waiting for the elevator, then I start belching again. I really don't, I really don't get it, but it just keeps happening. That's exactly what's happening. And my brother, not my brother, my mom even actually saw something, um, but we're not sure what it was. She's not sure what it is either. But she said she felt like someone is watching her while she's on my computer. This is my computer where I'm sitting at, and right in front of me is the dining area, and then my mom's room. So it's like somebody is like looking at her, but it can only be seen on the peripherals of the eye. So it's she's not really a. She said it was a boy, probably in his 20s, and she said it's not even scary. It's just looking at you. That's it. That's about it. But in my point of view, I think the whole building is actually a pathway or like a doorway to another dimension. It's always been like that ever since I moved here. And every time I say that I'm planning on moving out, something bad happens. So it, it looks like we got stuck here for the meantime. Anyway, uh, about several days ago, 5, 6 days ago, yeah, the neighboring building had a suicide. Uh, A person just committed suicide, and she hanged herself on the balcony of the fifth floor balcony. Not a very good sight, but yeah, I think she's trying to go after Halloween early because she did it to herself. Anyway, she died of a broken heart. So I was trying to sense if I could feel something like foul play or something like that, but I cannot reenact foul play. So uh, the scene of the crime operatives asked me if I could feel anything uh, on that particular area because that's what I do for the news, and I didn't sense foul play. All I sensed was a broken heart. And then I asked the security personnel, and they said that she arrived home at around 12 midnight. Was it? Oh, no, 4 in the morning, even. And she was intoxicated, alcohol. And 5 o'clock, she hanged herself. So I think I was right. She didn't die of foul play, but she did die of a broken heart. I don't understand why people commit suicide, really. At the point, I actually thought of doing that at one point in my life. But I didn't go through with it because I know it's not going to be worth it. And besides, I have a mom to take care of. Who's got to take care of her if I'm not around anymore? Right? So that's what happened. Anyway, what I really don't understand is that why would you kill yourself if it's just a broken heart? You can always mend it. You know, you can. It's very easy to uh, cure what was broken if you are a strong person. That is. Anyway, Janice, have you ever experienced anything that bizarre in your life? Because those things happen. It's not. I'm not telling people to believe in ghosts, but there is such a thing as afterlife, and there is such a thing as lost souls. I've seen those. I have investigated for uh, ghosts in the past. I used to run a paranormal show here in the Philippines, and I have seen places, but most of the historical places that I went through to check on what happened in the past, I don't sense ghosts anymore. All I sense was astral shells. These are memories of what had happened in the past, and they seem to reenact. They like reenacting what had happened in the past. It just keeps going over and over. And I thought I was the only one seeing it until one paranormal expert actually saw it. That he ended up running away from um, stampeding Japanese soldiers. That's what he said. Yeah, some people are weak, I guess. Uh, at one point, one of my counseling clients, um, on the same day when I learned about the female who killed herself right at the other building, same day, yeah, spirits do come back for a reason, but there are such things as lost souls who are just here, earthbound spirits. These are people who didn't know that they're dead, and they have to wait until their real time comes. Then they'll get fetched to move on. The On the same day that I've learned about the person who killed herself right next door, I met a new client, and she looked for me for counseling, and she said that she tried to kill herself when she was in Hong Kong. It was really weird because she's actually pregnant with a baby, and her boyfriend has decided that he doesn't want to have a child. So he wanted to ditch her, but before that he tried to kill her. Actually, he beat her up and told her that she betrayed him. Well, frankly speaking, I don't think that she betrayed him. I think she just, how do you say that? Because when I was talking to her, I really felt remorse because why would the guy beat you up like that? And the guy is Brit, and she's Filipina. She's from the Philippines. She has a job. She only went to visit him in Hong Kong because he's working there, and apparently she got pregnant. And he claimed that he doesn't want to have a child and stuff like that. And beforehand, he even told her that he will help with child support and stuff like that. But he changed his mind all over again, and that's when she decided that she wanted to kill herself. I told her it's not worth it. The guy is not even worth it because technically the guy is actually a mommy's boy. It's not a pretty thing to hear about, but yeah, the guy is pretty much into his mom's, you know, point of view. And he told her to have an abortion, which she cannot do because it's against our standards as well. As Asians, we don't really like shot himself. See that? Well, yeah. I guess it's just it has something to do with being weak, and it, I really what I really don't understand is why would they let their loved ones get killed just like that? I mean, they could always see a psychiatrist or something like that. But, leaving them immediately without forewarning, I think I think it's not right. They should really seek out help and counseling or something like that, just to, appease the mind of the other party. Because, well, technically, if they start fighting and then they start, boom, one of them is dead. It's like going after Halloween in an early basis. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I know you wanted to dress up and win something like a best in costume, but you don't really need to be a ghost to get best in costume. I don't really think that, yeah, being the sheet would get you something. Anyway, the, what do you call this? Anyway, by the time that I learned about her idea of killing herself, I actually told her to stop it. Think about the baby because she said she wants to keep her child. So I told her not to do it anymore because if you want to keep your baby alive, you need to do something about it. And I think the guy was thinking that she's only having the baby to get support, and she's only having the baby so that she could like uh, you know get married to him eventually. It's hard being the woman that's for sure. I don't think it's the best thing for anybody to be killing themselves. At one point of my life, I actually tried to jump off a building, but I didn't get through. I didn't go through with it because, well, how do you say that? Something happened. Something big happened, and it was a miracle that I got saved. My family got saved. I got saved. Everybody got saved. So it all ends well. Well, at least for me. And then I had a series of meditation and finding more about myself and what I could do. And then I met you guys, which helped me to get back on my feet and just get my life back to what it was before. Slowly, slowly. But I just can't go too fast. I can't do work that fast. But I'm slowly getting back to what I lost, and I'm very thankful that I have friends that actually listens to me. I had people who actually understand. So I think that's far more blessing than I could hope for. But then again, some of my relatives doesn't really like me very much, but that's okay. I mean, like they're like that. It's always a competition. Yeah, my family has something with um, eh, being above all the all the other members of the family. It's like um, when I was still in high school, some of my relatives don't even try to notice me. They won't even look at me. I can't even relate to them. I can't actually talk to them. My cousins, oh my god, they don't they see me as someone weird. I don't know why, but yeah. Um, Everyone in the family, especially the eldest members of the family, are always into martial arts, and that particular martial arts is either karate or aikido, or no, karate or taekwondo, and all of them are into the sport and stuff. But me, I ended up practicing combat aikido, traditional aikido, self defense. That's all there is to it. You're the eldest in the family, then you have to, uh, know how to protect your family. And then, yeah, I'm just glad right now that I got back to my feet, and I'm hoping that maybe just maybe one day I will get back to that paranormal show I used to that I used to run. But right now, I'm just working on friends and boost market for some friends who are in the music industry and the TV industry. Take note. I'm also promoting a currently I'm also promoting a paranormal show that's being done in Vegas, and the host of that paranormal show is used to be one of the characters of Star Trek. I don't know if you've heard of it. Yeah, but I know you've heard of Star Trek New Generation. Yeah, he's the host of that show, and he was a good friend of mine. And she said he was going to do he's pushing through with the paranormal uh, activity show. So I have been promoting that one as well, besides King Air, of course, and Nice. I've also met several artists. Um, Kane, that's one who just released his new music video tonight or today for you. And then there was Trey Belford, who's a comedian, actor, rapper, all of the above from Houston, uh, Texas. And then I've met Aziat. So yeah, currently y'all got me busy. Yeah, yeah. Everybody got me busy, and the blog is like shooting stars. It's weird because I only had that blog for like a week and a half, and it got like 2,000 views. In yeah, I didn't know people like uh, that kind of um, thing ever until I started writing about it. So right now I'm just waiting and waiting until uh, I get all the other artists who will be up next, because that blog was meant for friends only, as in artists who are who I get to talk to as much as possible. Because if I don't do it that way, hell, I'm in deep shit. I don't want people to think that I'm just, how do you say that? You guys have a term for that, stretching stretching reality. No, I'm not like that. I'm not like that. Um, Actually, somebody actually thought that I was like that. He got so pissed off at me because he thought I was lying to him, but I wasn't really. And he got pissed at me, so he blocked me. I mean, that's okay. And in my heart, I know what I'm doing is the right thing. I'm just looking after people that I cared about the most. But some people don't see it that way. Yeah, maybe they get possessed sometimes, but yeah, I I do believe in possession, by the way, because I've seen it happening several times actually. It's a part of my job as a paranormal investigator and as a Wiccan, as a high priestess. I get to see a lot of things in my time, and with what I do, I have no choice. Have a selective third eye, if you know what I'm saying. Uh, we get to see what the spirits wants us to see, and apparently in my house, I get to see a lot of things, but they're just all in passing. It's like you'll see them now, a minute, less than a second later, they're gone. It's always like that. So they can never last very long in my house. I think it has something to do with what I put in there. Before I enter the house, I actually cleanse the entire house and burn frankincense and myrrh in it. So apparently they can just pass through, but they cannot stay very long. They stay very long, they may end up into something else. I have a bottle of black vinegar on my main door, which sucks up negativity, of course. That's the job of black vinegar. If you can find that in usually black vinegar is being sold in Chinese stores. I don't know if you have Chinese stores in your area, Janice, but yeah, you can buy black vinegar, open up the cap, leave the bottle on the main door in the entrance at the back of the door. Leave it there, but don't leave it there if you have a dog because they might start drinking it. Not a good idea. Anyway, the black vinegar will actually suck up all negative energies that are trying to get inside your house or trying to get, the best of you. Uh, Apparently, in a matter of 6 months, you can replace the bottle to a new one. That's just a suggestion. It also blocks bad luck. Well, that's the Chinese belief. So, in my house, we wash the floors with a mixture that I made. Uh, it's called Florida Floor Wash. And then I burn frankincense and myrrh all over the house. Actually, I burned it too hard at one point. It almost, how do you call this? I have uh, fire prevention stuff inside the house that uh, it almost rained inside the unit. So do not burn resins that has so much smoke in it because you'll end up having a shower in the middle of the living room, which is not a good idea. I have a lot of that around here. So, yeah, I did try that, but before it happened, I opened up all the doors because that would really trigger the bell, and the security personnel will start running after me. So, so that's one of the main. I think that's one of the main reasons why they can't last very long, and why my mom can only see fragments of. My mom said most of the time she just see clothing. She can't see the entire figure, and I know my mom because like when I was living in the capital, I was with my mom. We have the doors open. It was 12 midnight, almost Halloween. Yeah, it's almost Halloween, and we were like mixing up a batch of bath salts. There was a guy who passed through the door. He was wearing white, all white, jacket white, with a hat even. And since it was midnight, we were expecting no one anymore. And then my mom, being the strong woman that she is, she walked out of the door, go after the guy because she wanted to find out what he wants. So he went after the guy, and then when he looked at the staircase, there's no one walking. There's no one going downstairs. And then so she called on the guards, and then she said, "Guard, did you see anybody passing through here wearing a white jacket?" The guard said, "No one. No one passed through the stairs." So my mom went upstairs, and there's no one there either. So the security personnel went back out, and he said, "I'll be the one to find him because however he got in, it's probably legal." So he went upstairs. He didn't see anyone, and he went back down to where I live. And then it was so funny because he said like he doesn't even want to go downstairs anymore to watch the building. He said like, Miss Dana, if ever can I go back up here later? I said, why? I'm scared. I said like my security personnel is actually more scared than me. Is that even right? You're supposed to defend me, not the other way around. And my mom just started laughing because she can't believe that the only guy who can defend us in the building is actually scared of ghosts. In the other building where I used to live, it's not in the capital, but it's in the what do you call this? The center of commerce for for the Philippines, and that's where I used to live. The building where I lived, they said that the officer in charge left the building because he he opened up his eyes and saw a woman right in front of his face. So when he woke up, she was scared to death that he fell off the chair because he fell asleep on the chair. So when he opened his eyes, the first thing that he saw was a ghost right in front of his face. He fell off the chair and stood up, and he started running and never came back. I don't know, but I never experienced that on that building because, as far as I can remember, most of my because that building is in the center of the red light district. It's the cheapest one I can find because everything in that particular area has always been expensive, and I have a store at the nearby mall, so I have to like move there. And me and my mom never experienced anything like that before. But they did saw it, and it drove them crazy. So they told me about it, but it was too late when they told me. So when when I tried investigating about it, uh, this is weird because I rode the elevator from the ground floor. It was supposed to take me all the way to the 21st floor because it's the last floor. I was supposed to go downstairs. But strange as it might seem, I pressed 21st floor and it keeps dropping me to the ninth floor. So I said, if you don't want me to investigate, don't ever show up like that again because you're scaring people. And it's not good. And on the fifth time that I tried to press 21st floor, it didn't drop me anymore after the fifth time. When I started talking like that on the elevator, it just lets me go all the way up to the 21st floor. So I have to go down the stairs. I was with a friend of mine who's a colleague, also a paranormal investigator, and she told me the same thing. It's not a fun idea to be dealing with, you know, entities who are, what do you call this? I would exactly say that they're hazardous or dangerous, but I would say that they are, you know, notorious in a way. Because if they would hurt people like that, you would really need a professional. Not to get rid of them, but to help them cross over. Anyway, this is the first time that um, mm, my lives reached 33 minutes because I have a friend who just recently. Thank you very much, Janice, for dropping by because I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. And for all my friends, I hope you will subscribe to my channel because I really need more friends to do that for me. At least help me reach 1,000 views. Thank you very much and have a good night. Blessed be.